Hello everyone, Dill Star Wars Nerd here. I hope you're doing well, and I want to thank you for joining me tonight as we read some more Star Wars headlines. I got a few set up here tonight. It looks a little light tonight, but we got some to go through, so let's get to it. Alright. Bill Burr responds to fans bashing his Boston accent in Mandalorian. Now, I don't have to read the article. I watched the Jimmy Kimmel segment this article is talking about. And I think it was Jimmy Kimmel. It's one of the Jimmys. Fallon, Kimmel, I don't know. But Bill Burr was on there, and they were talking about him being in Star Wars, and then Jimmy asked him about what he might say to fans when they talk about his Boston accent in The Mandalorian, and he goes off and says things, and he's hilarious. Love Bill Burr, but he comes up with the point that I guess maybe people shouldn't mind C-3PO having an English accent. Things like that. He says, what about just English in general being out there in the galaxy far, far away? You step off a planet and some guy goes, hi there. Wouldn't that be kind of weird? Is that any weirder than a Boston accent? I can't do it as well as Bill Burr, but yeah, it was hilarious. So if you want to see that, him talking about that, Google the thing, Bill Burr on Jimmy Kimmel, Boston accent, whatever it was. And that's basically what it is. Oh, here it is. I guess I could read the article. What about English, he asked, appearing on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. Oh, that was Fallon. Is that a little weird? If you went to a galaxy far, far away and you get off and somebody's like, hey, how's it going? And you totally understand them. How about C-3PO in an English accent, he added. Well, that was okay. The guy's been knighted. He just played the Royal Albert Hall, and now he's hanging out with Luke Skywalker? What about the fact that Han Solo's talking to a Bigfoot? He's speaking to Bigfoot. Han Solo's speaking English, and they never break character. But one keeps going. Oh, there it is. There it is. It's a long segment, though. I don't want to watch the whole thing. But anyway, yeah, that was pretty funny. That was pretty funny. Good on Bill Burr. Bill Burr's always got good comebacks. I mean, he thinks about things so logically, and he'll call you out on your bullshit. Next, Disney reopens Star Wars Galaxy's Edge kiosks, closes Indiana Jones shop at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Really? Why would they do that? Don't close Indiana Jones, especially they just announced an Indiana Jones game. Ramp up Indiana Jones. Put more out there. I want to play that game. Let's see. When Batu welcomed guests back in July, these merchandise carts remains closed, but now they're all open, yeah. Well, that's neat. That's neat. Huh. What? I guess I should quit skip around. The socially distanced queue for boarding groups called through the virtual queue lines up to another in the kiosk. There are queue markers here as well, seemingly in case cast members need to restrict the number of guests browsing at each kiosk. When Disney giveth, they must also taketh away, and as these kiosks reopen, another Lucasfilm brand loses a merchandise location. Located between the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular and Star Tours, this kiosk used to have a utility vehicle parked under the tarp with merchandise shelves around it. With the vehicle gone, now it's just a closed-up metal shed with a few ropes and an Indiana Jones map on it. Huh, well that's sad. Well, that's pretty neat though, I guess, that everything's opening back up. That's awesome. Wish I was down in Florida to go there. Maybe Drunk 3PO will go there and his park hopping. I watch his park hopping channel, and he goes to Disney World every other day or so, just about it seems. Maybe he can take a trip through Galaxy's Edge and show us these new kiosks. See if they have anything cool in there. So I know that people are requesting Baby Yoda stuff and Mandalorian stuff. Maybe they're going to start selling that now instead of just the sequel trilogy stuff. Okay, next. Disney Plus's Lando. Why it should star Donald Glover, and why it should be Billy D. Williams. In 5 Yep. Okay, well, let's just skip through it real quick. There's every chance that the series will star both of them in parallel timelines, with Williams telling stories about his past and Glover playing his younger self in flashbacks. But it's more likely it'll focus on just one of them. Frankly, they'd both do great. They'd both be great. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's exactly what I said before. That just show Billy D. Williams, he could be sitting at a bar talking to people, playing sabacc, beating people, and just, rambling on about, oh, let me tell you about the time I was, whatever. And then, boom, flashback, you got Donald Glover. I mean, I don't think he did a bad job. I saw Solo, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't the best thing in the world, but yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't terrible, I guess you could say. It was okay. It would have been better if it was, Harrison Ford and he was younger, and I guess, but, that's not going to happen, so they got to recast. I think that guy playing him could have been a little bit better, but it wasn't Last Jedi terrible. Let's put it that way. It was watchable. I actually went and saw Solo in the theaters and paid money for it, so they got my money for that one. I think that was the last thing I paid for. Yeah. I didn't pay for seeing the Last Jedi, and I didn't pay to see Rise of Skywalker. I got in won tickets to see Last Jedi back when we thought it was going to be good. Anyway, so 10. Donald Glover, he was the best part of Solo. Yes, he was. I did not like the way they made him. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, that brings that back. I forgot about what all they did to Lando in it. Pando Lando and all that. How did I forget that? And the whole, his droid becoming the ship. Oh, how did I forget that? That is bad. That is bad. That's me wanting to find something good out of the bad. And that's just bad. Anyway. That's my fault. Anyway. But yeah, Donald Glover was the best part of Han Solo. Or Solo. I think he did a great job. Billy D. Williams, Rise of Skywalker, seemed to set up a spinoff with Jana. Jana? I remember, I guess she was in it. I just don't remember that much about it. I saw a pirated copy of it, and it wasn't that good of a copy, and I'm not going to watch it again. Donald Glover, there are more stories to tell about young Lando. Yeah, if they could nail it down, make him less Pando, bring him back to his manly roots, that would be awesome. I'd be in for that. Billy D. Williams, he's the only legacy character who wasn't ruined by the sequel trilogy. That's, well, I guess true. I don't know. I can't remember. I really can't remember him in the movie. Oh, well. Okay, anyway. Donald Glover, he's one of the best actors working today, is he? I mean, he's good. I loved him in Community. I watched Community when it was on, and he was great in that. And I have not watched Atlanta. And I'm not big into rap, so I haven't really followed his Childish Gambino career. But people say he's good. He does good songs, but not for me. He was really good in The Martian. He did a great job in The Martian. That was pretty funny. Billy D. Williams, it could be an interesting way to explore the post-Rise of Skywalker timeline. Yeah, that would be cool if they decided to do something in that era. That would be one way to do it. Follow Lando. That way you're kind of staying away from the other people. But that's not going to happen. I don't see them doing another show in the sequel trilogy timeline just yet. Everything that's been announced so far has been Mandalorian time and before. And I think that's where they're going to stay for right now. That's where the money is. Donald Glover, his take on Lando is spot on. Yeah, well, he's wanted to be Lando forever. Donald Glover's big Star Wars fan. He's been a big Lando fan for a long time, so it's not surprising that he studied Lando's performance and probably even, knows all of the lines. Billy D. Williams, Rise of Skywalker, didn't explain where Lando's been all these years. Rise of Skywalker didn't explain shit. So, anyway. Donald Glover, Solo only scratched the surface of the Calrissian Chronicles. Yeah. There's so much more they could show with that. And if they made a Han and Lando TV series, that'd be cool. Number 1, Billy D. Williams, he's the original Lando. Yes. But, I mean, as good as Billy D. Williams is, he's getting a little older. He's getting a little up there. Trying to say both those sentences at the same time. Anyway, yeah, I think he'd be, I don't know. If you saw any videos or any interviews with Billy D. Williams before The Rise of Skywalker, before they started thinking about bringing him back in those years before, he wasn't in too good a health. He couldn't barely walk. He had a cane all the time, and he was pretty bad off from what I saw. But I guess maybe they started getting him back into shape and helping him out and getting him, working again. And he looked like he was at least able to move around some in some of the interviews and things I've seen. I can't remember anything he did in Rise of Skywalker. So I can't really say. But anyway, I thought that was cool. Oh, we're not done. Here I am thinking we're done with the news. We're not done with the news. Go back. All right. Next, how the Clone Wars broke a key Star Wars Stormtrooper rule. Really? In their first appearance, Attack of the Clone Troopers were initially unsettling. The clones were trained and indoctrinated from birth to be absolutely loyal to the Republic. Yeah. Despite being enlisted Imperial... Oh, well, okay. Let's finish the sentence. Star Wars continued the Legends universe, humanizing the clone troopers, often making them protagonists of entire story arcs. Some clones, like Rex, Cody, and Fives, became as popular as Jedi heroes like Anakin or Ahsoka. But the more human the clones became, the more they strayed from their precedent set by their Imperial successors. While clone troopers may have originally been intended to provide an origin for the gear used by stormtroopers and help explain the meaning of the Clone Wars, they became sympathetic and tragic characters who, for a brief 3 years, fought alongside the Jedi as heroes. Yeah. Despite being enlisted Imperial citizens, the stormtroopers lacked the humanity that their clone predecessors exhibited. Really? While Star Wars canon and Legends both told the occasional story that humanized the Imperial soldiers, the stormtroopers generally adhered to the rule that they're ruthless and brutal legions of the tyrannical Galactic Empire. Not only were the stormtroopers scarily efficient at defeating characters other than protagonists, but they also committed atrocities such as murdering Luke's aunt and uncle in their search for Death Star plans. In universe, their armor protected them from most physical and energy-based attacks, but from the viewer's perspective, it made their deaths feel far less personal. Now, I have to say, I don't remember their armor protecting them from anything. Anytime I saw a stormtrooper get shot, it was one shot to the armor and they're dead. I never saw any stormtrooper take a shot to his armor and keep walking. Maybe that happened off camera. The Clone Troopers' true purpose was to be the first instrumental step in the Great Jedi Purge. The clones were unfortunately the perfect Jedi killers. In addition to being amongst the best soldiers in the galaxy, they also gained the trust of most Jedi during the Clone Wars, putting them in ideal positions to assassinate their allies when Order 66 was given. As shown in the Clone Wars, the canon clone troopers were compelled to follow the order due to a brain implant that subverted their free will, as no clone would turn on their friends otherwise. The result was unfortunately successful for the Sith, and the perception of clone troopers in universe became nearly identical to their recruited successors. What? Maybe I'm just stupid. That article doesn't talk about the headline. They broke a key Star Wars Stormtrooper rule by what? Being humanized? Really? Is that okay? So if that's the rule they broke, whatever. I should have looked at the thing. It's from Screen Rant. I'm sorry. I should have known that. Let's see. This is from InsideTheMagic.net. They're usually a pretty good website. Could Star Wars take over the Rainforest Cafe at Disneyland? Why not? Star Wars has a temporary location at what used to be known as the Wonderground Gallery at downtown Disney at Disneyland Resort. However, some fans think a more permanent Star Wars store is coming to the downtown Disney district, and it could take over the former location of the Rainforest Cafe. Did it close out during the coup? Will something happen to it? I don't know. That would be cool, though. I'm all for it. Asian Street Eats has been removed and work has begun on Rainforest Cafe. Word on the street is that Galaxy's Edge Trading Post will be moving here at a future date. A Marvel Avengers campus shopping experience will be taking over the former Wonderground. This makes sense as the Rainforest Cafe already looks like the Rebel base on Yavin 4. Just put a few X-Wings up front and it would look fantastic. I believe this store will be a permanent fixture in downtown Disney. Okay. That'd be cool. I could see that. That'd be awesome. Oh, Star Wars. James Earl Jones worked through a stutter to become an iconic film voice. Yeah, that's true. As a kid, he grew up and he was always embarrassed of his stutter or being embarrassed. Yeah. I did communicate with the animals quite freely, but then that's calling the hogs, the cows, the chickens. They don't care how you sound. They just want to hear your voice. Jones also recalled being mocked by fellow students at Sunday school when he attempted to read aloud during class. This bullying led him to almost give up on normal speaking once he started attending normal schools. George Jones largely accredits his breakthroughs to one of his high school English teachers, Mr. Crouch. At the time, Jones had begun writing poetry, and the teacher saw a way to use this budding hobby, to encourage his student to push through his difficulties with speech. I had started writing poetry in high school, and he said of one of them, "Jim, this is a good poem," Jones explained. "In fact, it's so good, I don't think you wrote it. I think you plagiarized it. If you want to prove you wrote it, you must stand in front of the class and recite it by memory," which I did. As they were my own words, I got through it. Near the end of his high school education, Jones progressed with his stutter was far enough along that he took on electives for dramatic reading and debate. And yep, the programs were no doubt instrumental in leading to the future Star Wars icon down the path, becoming blah, blah, blah. Even years later, Jones has been unwilling to say that he was ever cured of his stutter, telling NPR it never fully goes away. "I don't say I was cured," Jones says, "I just work with it." Very cool. Star Wars reveal from Screen Rant. I don't even know if I want to read these now from Screen Rant. New ways Jedi use their lightsaber. Okay, well, let's just skip through it. Again, they show. Oh, it's from the High Republic and stuff. As described, okay, she uses the Force to make her lightsaber spin in the air, and in turn, the noise it produces as it moves faster and faster becomes the song of the Force. Yeah, I'm not ready for that yet. I'll get to it. I'll get to the High Republic one of these days, but I'm just not ready for it yet. Kevin Feige thinks about Star Wars all the time. Yeah. He said before that he is a much bigger fan of Star Wars than he is of Marvel, but he's going to stay in the Marvel universe. That's where all his money is. It's all stuff I love, and everything regarding Star Wars is not anywhere near talking about. So it is Marvel. But if I wasn't being paid to do it, I would be doing it here in my basement just with my toys, and nobody would ever see it. It's what I think about all the time. That's from Kevin Feige. Getting close to the end, exclusive Star Wars scholar Phil Szostak on his stellar new concept art book for The Mandalorian. Yeah, they did. I like that concept art they always showed at the end of the Mandalorian each episode. That was awesome stuff. So that's cool. So the art of Star Wars: The Mandalorian, 256 page behind the scenes companion to the Disney Plus series. Yep, yep, yep. All right. Well, that's the so that's must be the cover of it. Very cool. It's available now from Abrams Books. How much is it? Oh, what? The heck is that? What's being blocked? My ad blocker is blocking it. I'll have to check it out some other time, some other way. All right. Last story. LucasArts, or Lucasfilm. Ubisoft announced open world Star Wars video game. Heard this earlier today, and I am so excited about this. Ubisoft and Lucasfilm making a story driven open world Star Wars video game. This is going to be awesome. I hope it's somewhere, something like Fallout. I love the Fallout series, they were great. So yeah, I'm just happy that it's not just Electronic Arts anymore. That somebody else is going to finally be making some games. Because Electronic Arts has had the license for what 10 years now almost, and they just really haven't done that much good with it. Been a bunch of forgettable games. The Fallen Order is the only one that's really gotten any good press, it seems, and yeah, so I'm really looking forward to more people making more stuff in the Star Wars universe. More video games are always great for Star Wars. They do awesome. Maybe they'll do like an RPG or something too. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, that is the Star Wars headlines for tonight. Thank you for joining me. I am Ted, the old Star Wars nerd. Please leave a comment below if there's anything else you'd like to see me cover. Click the like button, click the subscribe button, click the bell for notifications, okay? Thank you so much for watching these, and I really appreciate it. And I hope you're coming back again soon. Yeah, I hope you come back again soon. I am stuttering and falling over my words. It must be time to finish this up and get to bed. Thank you. Good night.